How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews back with a little bit of a Marlowe up in this piece in the form of their Swimming in the Rain. This be a 5.4% West Coast inspired pale ale. Yeah, a little bit of story time on the side. It says here, named after my late grandfather, these beers attempt to honor his memory. We believe in balance in all things and present these beers as such. We hope you enjoy them as an accent to your experience with your friends and family. Drink while exploring. Yeah. Swimming in the Rain is a West Coast inspired India Pale Ale brewed with Citra, Strata, and Chinook hops. Marlowe Wales. This comes courtesy of my boy Max. Thank you very much, brother. I dig Marlowe, especially in a lower end ABV tip, which is predominant. Ooh, that's clear beer. Man, that's clear beer. Yeah, when you think about a West Coast Pale Ale, you do not think of this color of beer. That is, good God, that's light. That's even lighter than Pilsner level kind of light with a soft, subtle haze to it. I'm super excited about it now. Label-wise, it's cool. You know, it's swimming pool with rain. What are you going to do? I don't know. And man, I mean, you're talking about a clean, crisp kind of beer. I mean, this just reeks all kinds of lager, all kinds of Kolsch. But since it's a West Coast inspired pale ale, yeah. I dig it. I like it. I like the fucked duckery. But yeah, I mean, look at that thing. You can kill all the ants you want with that sucker. They're all going down. So yeah, I mean, does she look like a West Coast inspired pale ale? It doesn't look then what's the norm, the case, whatever. Let's see what the nose has. I mean, it's there. I mean, there's a definite kind of nice sweetness to it. There's a definite super light chuggability to it. But you have this soft, piney, slightly resinous, but uplifting kind of citrus combination going on here. And by that, I mean, it's light. It's very summery. There's nothing hefty to this beer. When a lot of times when I think of like a West Coast kind of pale ale, I think of, you know, that kind of that more malty, that more kind of hard rock candy kind of maltiness, the big, huge piney components, those kind of things. This is much more of a East Coasty kind of light, spritzy version of that with a little bit of those kind of West Coast influences. So it kind of makes sense with that West Coast inspired as opposed to just throwing out their West Coast style IPA. Now, a lot of people do that because they're not on the West Coast, so I didn't know if it was a matter of they're just trying to do something like this or just trying not to just dump on people. Like when people say New England style IPAs and they brew them in West Coast, some people like to go New England inspired, yet what I'm putting down there. But yeah, I mean, this thing's light. I'm spilling it all over the place. It's bright. It's summer, man. It's summer in a glass. Bright citrus, bright West Coast pininess, citrus, little bit of kind of subtle dankiness, a little bit of resinness going on, but everything's in a tight, tidy package. Let's dive in. Cheers. Okay, a lot to unpack here. I really enjoy this beer, but it's definitely got a little bit of kookiness going on in it. So first thing first, there's a little bit of off like DMS thing going on, little cream corny vibes. Not huge, a tiny little beer with this kind of hopping on it. I'm not gonna sit here and get too hot and bothered about it. But it's definitely there. It has this big citrus component to it too, which is quite fun when you add up all that kind of West Coast influence in there. But it does come off a little bit lemon pledgy. A little bit. So almost like there's a citrus added to this, like a lemon zest added to this. That's kind of how it comes off for me. And then, or it could be just something weird like lemon drop hoppy kind of thing going on. But they didn't call it out in there, so I assume this is what they put in there. But it has a slight little bit of lemon pledginess to it. Not my favorite thing when it comes to beer, especially with these lower ABV kind of ones. And any other end of things, you have that little bit of cream corn vibe. But other than that, it's a super fun beer. It's small, it's tiny, it's drinkable. It's still very summery. I like this beer. 5.4%. Here's the thing, though. I think it's more West Coast because I'm reading about it than I would really genuinely kind of plop it into that kind of territory. Again, we're dealing with inspiration here, so we're not talking about this being a true and tried and true kind of West Coast kind of pale ale. But it does come off with dollops and dollops and dollops and heaps of East Coast with the ever so slightest little bit of drips and drabs of West. Listen, it's a tasty beer nonetheless, even with those little bit of like nitpicks aside. for me. I mean, a DMS thing, it's kind of after second or third sip, it's pretty much gone. My palate acclimated, that pledgy thing, so that lemon comes off a little bit more organic, not nearly as aggressive. So as the beer goes on, it gets better and better. But at the core of it, and just like maybe it's the core ethos of what Marlowe does, which is these small little super chuggable beers, is just what I like. So even when it isn't like razor sharp, precisionally done epic goodness, I still find a lot of joy to be had in our beers. And I think that's a testament to the brewer. You know what I mean? Making good beers. You know, a lot of times, you make a great hit, whether it be a musician, a brewer, artist, whatever. It's the matter that you can power through when you're not at your best, but also still shine when you are. And I think that's kind of the MO when it comes to Marlowe. One of my new favorite breweries, let's put it that way. I dig what they're doing. Tasty ass beers. They love that low ABV game. Not that they stick to it exclusive, but yeah, my kind of brewery. I dig this beer. Even with me kind of hem and hawing and nitpicking all about it. Anyway, let's talk about it. This is one of the better low ABV hoppy beers. That's what I have to put in. I'm not going to even put this close to a West Coast realm, and I'm not going to put it obviously to a New England style hazy thing, but low ABV hoppy beer. Yes. It's just tasty, fun. Even with those little bit of nitpicks, like I said, I still rather dig it. Value availability. There's stuff hit shelves around here. I mean, 12% beer, Project Low ABV beer. I'm guessing this is $15-$16 a 4-pack. And leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like low ABV chuggers. I mean, this is quintessential low ABV chugger territory. So if those are the kind of beers that you dig, pretty much everything Marlowe does to a point. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers, if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massif, if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of Marlowe right now. And hope we'll see you next time. Cheers.